Joining us here right now is the odd one from Team Solo Mid. And Bryant, take us through the beginning a little bit. You kind of let Vulcan take control, and you guys seem to be on tilt.
Early game, I told my team if we stayed even, we'd win the game. We had Kog'Maw, we had Xerath, and Singe, so we knew if we stayed even early, we'd win the game. I tried to mostly just outscale Xin Zhao, because if I meet Xin Zhao in the river, Xin Zhao wins automatically, because he's a really good 1v1 champion. So I just mostly tried to farm, just counter gank a lot. Around 7 minutes, we're doing pretty good. I was ahead of Xin Zhao, everything was going right. Then people just started getting caught over and over for the next 20 minutes, and I got so disappointed. But then from there, we just had to stall the game, because we knew if
The super stall.
yeah, we knew if we got to late game, we'd automatically win.
Yeah, so when you guys are stalling the game right that, once they killed 2 of your inhibitor turrets and took a Baron, how do you stall? So many teams just get split pushed out and finish the game. They get too far behind a goal and they lose. How did you guys pull that one off?
We mostly just started giving a lot of farm to Kog'Maw. We knew if we just kite back every fight, Renekton isn't that great late game. Once Kog'Maw gets really farmed, he'll actually be able to deal with them. We mostly just cleared waves and made sure that, they couldn't really dive on us unless Lux got another laser or bind on us, which happened several times.
15 times in the game.
Yeah, so if that didn't happen, they can't actually push our tower, because we just cleared a wave just as fast, and whoever goes up to hit the tower gets Xerath ulted. That's another thing, since Xerath has so much range, they can't actually hit the tower with Ezreal, because the one time Ezreal did do that in mid lane, he got killed by Xerath, and we counter pushed.
Right.
So in Champion Select, they took out Jarvan, then they took Xin Zhao. Did you feel kind of out of your comfort zone? You've played Maokai in the past few games, but we've seen a lot more aggressive junglers just from everybody. Did you kind of feel like that threw off your guys' composition?
It basically meant we'd probably just try to stay even mid or early game, because the way in a Maokai matchup works is he can't really cross the river unless he knows where Xin is on the map, or else he gets killed. So with Maokai, you just have to just outscale them, because I know I'm going to be more useful than Xin Zhao for the rest of the game if I can survive the early game because of my ultimate. I'm just way tankier. You saw that game, Xin Zhao usually blew up every fight.
Right.
Because once it got to late game, I was going to be much more useful. So with jungles like that, you just have to play much more passive, because you can't meet them in the river. Vi, Hecarim, Jarvan, and Zhao all can walk across the river without dying, but Maokai can't really do that against a stronger jungle.
During a lot of those team fights, when you guys were making your comeback, I noticed you managed to get them to fight in your Maokai ultimate so much. Is that something that you actively communicate to your team, the ultimate's down here, try to fight around here, or are you just trying to place it in the right spot, reacting to the fight?
Usually I just try to put it in the right spot. Our entire objective was kill tanks, because we knew Kog'Maw would eventually completely out DPS Ezreal, so we'd kill Renekton almost every fight. I'd just snare him and then put R down, because Lux can't get close because Xerath's too busy ulting him, and then Kog'Maw just cuts down Renekton, and then Sin just runs around doing whatever. I don't know what he was doing, but he eventually tosses someone good. But they have to fight in our ult, because we have so much CC. It's really hard for them to get away, and eventually we'd pick one off at a time over and over.
So coming into where you guys had to turtle for quite some time, you even yourself said you were quite disappointed. Just for teams in general, what can you do to keep from getting at each other's throats and kind of keep the communication going? Because we know that can just create silence in a team.
Yeah, that usually happens a lot, even to us. Usually you just have to try to focus on the next objective or try to regain your composure, because usually it's really sad when your team just starts randomly feeding. It's really sad, but usually you just have to keep talking. If no one's talking, you have to say what the next objective is, or say what you have to do. Like that game, we're saying we can still win this because we outscale them. Just get cog farmed or kite back. After they got Baron the first time, I was pretty disappointed, but we knew we would win late game if Kog'Maw got farmed.
So just going outside the game a little bit, I know you guys have the Game Crib show that's coming on every week now. Are you guys watching that show, or I heard you might be avoiding it?
We're not allowed to watch it. Because it allows us to speak our mind about other players or something. So it keeps it more real. So we just don't watch it at all. We made a pact, everyone on the team, you're not supposed to watch this, because mean things might be said, good things might be said, who knows. But it just makes it better, we all guess. We're probably all gonna watch it after the season's over, so we all make fun of each other.
Big old sit down.
Yeah.
All right, well, congratulations on the win, coming up again with the win over Vulcan, and best of luck in the rest of the LCS. Before we get into this next match, everyone, you might not know this, but Dignitas and Complexity aren't just fierce competitors, they're also roommates.